All right, this video is for anyone who's looking to land a target job. You've got interviews lined up, but it's also for anyone who's looking to grow your consulting business or acquire more sales. So basically, anybody who's in a position where you're trying to get somebody to invest in you for something, this video is for you. Now, when I look around, there's so many salespeople, there's so many job seekers who are so focused on what's in it for me, or so focused on doing what you're told, that you miss out on opportunities to differentiate yourself from all of the other people who can get the job done. But you're also not communicating to people your return on investment. And that's very, very important, because you have to, if you really want to create opportunities for yourself in career, sales, consulting, whatever it is, you got to start thinking like a CEO, or thinking like an entrepreneur, or thinking like an employer. And for an employer, everything is an investment. So if you're going to spend money on something, a product, a service, a consultant, or an executive of marketing, sales, finance, operations, the person you really want to invest in is the person you believe is going to deliver the best or the maximum return on investment. So I want to give you a few tips here that you can apply in a first round interview, but certainly as you progress through the interview stages, and then also meetings with decision makers. And I want to preface what I'm about to say by saying that what I'm about to tell you will work very, very effectively if you execute as instructed, given that you're meeting with the business leaders who actually run the company. Okay, so what I'm about to tell you may not work as well with recruiters, it may not work as well with HR, it may not work as well with any sort of intermediary or gatekeeper, but it's going to work very well for the people who actually need you the most and the people you'll be working with. So here's a couple tips. Everybody you meet with, you have to think like a company here, okay? You have got to crystallize their goals, and the goals are not always available in the job description. The goals are not always available. Even a person who comes to you and says, I'm thinking about investing or purchasing your product or service, sometimes the goals they have, they've made a bunch of assumptions to assume that they need something. But if you allow them to do that, you're missing out on the most important thing you have to do, which is you have to solve a problem. You have to speak to somebody's pain point. So this is something I see all the time, is people go to an interview, they think they did great, they answered questions, man, you had your star responses, you practiced, you did research on the company, you did research on your potential customer, your client, and man, you're talking products and features, you're answering their questions, nobody can do better than you. But you fail to do one really, really important thing, which is ask them, where do you want to take your company? What are your goals? How much do you want to grow sales by? How much money do you need to chop off, to save, to optimize your processes, or to build infrastructure to support scalability? How big do you want to grow? How fast do you want to grow? And you need numbers. You got to have specifics. If they don't have specifics, that tells you something very, very important. It tells you that they don't know where they're going to know exactly what they need, which means that chances are, if they've got 5 people who can get the job done, they're probably going to pick the person who'll do it for the least amount of money. And is that really the type of customer or the type of organization you want to work for? So number one, ask them, where are you looking to take your company? Hey, I know you posted this position. Hey, I know you submitted an RFP. Hey, I know that you're looking to do such and such with your business, but before we get into the specifics about what you're looking for from me, what matters to me is I want to be a part of a great organization. Can you tell me what your vision is? Can you tell me what are your specific goals? Where are you looking to take this? Are you going from number 4 to number 1 in the marketplace? Do you want to grow from 12% market share to 28% over the next 2 years? Do you want to double revenue? Do you want to trim 50% off of your expenses? Whatever it is, you got to quantify. I don't care what position you do, what your function is. You need to know that. More importantly, they need to know that. If they don't know that, then you're just one of however many people who can get the job done, and now your future is basically the lottery. Are they going to pick me because 5 people can do the same thing? Find out their goals. If you can find out their goals, the next thing you've got to do is you've got to understand what are their barriers, what are their challenges, what are their pain points. So we know where they want to head. We know where they're going, where they want to go. which is great because now you can actually speak and present solutions that give them trust that you can be the one to take them there better, quicker. So, we've done the goals. Next is, what are their challenges? What are they doing today? Where are they today? So that we can understand where we got to take them tomorrow. What do they believe they need? What do they believe are their challenges? What are their biggest constraints? And you do this by asking questions. Don't be afraid to disrupt their process. Don't be afraid to challenge their assumptions, because what does that do? That shows you actually care. You're not just there to sell something. You're not just there to get a job. You actually care about their business enough to speak up. So for you, if you're a real leader and you want to be at a place where you're going to be empowered and people are going to trust you and give you the keys to the car and let you go do your thing, the best time to test drive that relationship is during the interview. So have the courage to speak up. And you know what? If they don't want to answer those questions, again, what they're telling you is that we're really just looking for somebody to get the job done. If you're one of the 5 people who can do it, we're going to pick the person who's the least expensive. Now, that's not the place most of you want to work. So if you're going to speak up during this interview, you're not only helping yourself, but you're also helping yourself in the long run to avoid investing your future in a place, in an organization, in a client that's not even going to make you happy. And you consultants out there, trust me, it's nice to make money, but if you're working with people that don't appreciate it and don't do it, eventually there's no fulfillment there. So asking these questions showcases better leadership, but it also prevents you from wasting your time. And if you can identify what their challenges are, what their assumptions are, where they're today, what have they tried, what didn't work, and then do a little bit of research. And this is the third thing. You got to present solutions. You got to show people, I'm going to take you to your goal. Here's what you're doing right. Here's what I recommend you do, and it's going to help you either surpass your goal or help you get there even quicker. And if you can do those things and then present a plan, actually put together a plan. Here's what I'm going to do in 90 days to get you to where you need to go. I'm ready to hit the ground running. I've put time and effort into this. I've researched what I've got to research. I've got a vision. I know what your goals are. Here's how I'm going to help you get there, step by step. Here's my process. By the way, I've done this before. By the way, here were the results. By the way, these are the results I believe I can achieve for you. I'm ready to get started. Are you? If you position yourself that way, I can assure you something. You are now one of one. If you ask their goals, if you crystallize their challenges and scope them by asking great questions, and then you present an actionable plan with specific measurable results, and you support it with a little bit of evidence, not only will you increase your chances of getting that client, not only will you increase your chances of earning that target career opportunity, here's the bonus. You're going to make a lot of money. Because when you establish yourself as one of one, and when you establish yourself as, here's 5 people who can get the job done, but here's this person who's going to help me make $1 million over the next 3 years, and they've done it before, I'm not gonna miss out on you to save $30,000. So what I'm telling you is I've done this and it's never failed. If you do everything I just said, and you do it at a high level, when you earn those opportunities, you're going to negotiate, you're going to make money, because all of a sudden you're worth something. You're not the lowest cost competitor. You're not one of 5 people who can get the job done. If I invest in you, you're going to help me be the best. There's one thing behind this now. The people who don't invest in that, you got to be comfortable with the fact that, are you really going to be happy there? So I challenge you, aim high, dream big, go find a great organization. They're out there. They're hungry people out there. The last thing you want to do, if you're a real leader, is be in an environment where nobody cares, where everybody's just reinforcing the status quo, where they don't want leadership, where they don't want new ideas, where they don't want to challenge and get better. If you're looking for that, hey, you go play the lottery. But if you're looking for something more, you got to be something more. And if you just do those 3 things, chances are most people, they won't even do it. And even if I told them to do it, they're too lazy. They're just looking for a job. They want to take shortcuts. They expect things. They feel that entitlement. Be better. If you're unique, if you're rare, if you're valuable, if you're inimitable, and you can create value for people, there are opportunities everywhere. Every company on this planet is wanting to make more money, and save more time. If you can find out what their goals are, if you can articulate your process and how it's going to address their pain points, solve their problems, and then earn their trust by presenting an actual plan, That is leadership. That is what great organizations are looking for. That is what you can do. So go do it.